Hello, everyone. Welcome
everybody.
to the Bearded Respect number 82.
Woo.
Woohoo. And Brew City Bearded Scott. We got... I can't get it right this week. We got Jason and we got Mike.
Yeah, Mike's got it easy.
Yeah. And we will be right back after this intro. Welcome back to the Bearded Respect. Jason, you want to say hi to these fine people?
Yeah, we got Autumn here asking for E-Rock.
What's up, Autumn here?
Ellie.
Hey, brother.
Ellie, what's up?
Hello there.
There he is. He's right here.
E, what's up?
No way.
Hey, Chris. How's it going?
Chris.
Excellent.
Hey, Ken.
What's up, Ken?
There's Mark.
Hello.
Mark.
Mark Brown, what's up?
Ooh.
Hello.
There she is. There's Becky.
Hey, honey.
Ooh. Less than a month, it's going to be Mrs. Brew City.
Hello,
Ooh.
Becky. Hello, Becky.
And there we got Phil the Bearded. PTB. Hey, Phil.
Hey,
What's up,
Phil.
Hello.
Is that Phil with one L?
Not sure if it's the same Phil or not.
I think it is.
Yeah. And there's Dawn.
Hello.
Donnie, what's up?
I'm going to put this up too because I think his is supposed to be symbols or emojis. And I think all that's supposed to be emojis.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
Hello, neighbor.
See, but then we got this one. We got the little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Emoji.
it's the YouTube emojis that don't work well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But if they use like their phone emoji, like their text emojis, those work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vic, what's
Vic.
up?
Hey, Vic.
No way.
Oh, we're full of Florida people tonight.
Can't imagine why.
Chief,
Bearded
what's up?
Hey, Chief.
Chief, we're gonna get you on here.
Oh, man.
We're gonna get you on here, Chief, one of these days.
Yeah, we'll get you back on the schedule.
Hey,
JP,
JP.
what's up?
Hello, murderer.
Hey, Richard. Good to see
Richard
you.
Cross. Yeah, it's been a while.
Hey, brother.
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel, what's
Hello.
up? Thanks for popping in.
There's Elvina.
Dina, what's up?
Oh, look at this guy sneaking in. Hey, Vato.
So, what's up, Votto? Oh yeah, 1994. Daryl
Hey,
Drake,
Daryl.
what's up, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, Ray.
Smelly Turtle, what's up, man?
Hey.
Russ,
Hey, Russ.
another Florida
Hello,
guy.
neighbor.
Hey, Lee. Thanks for joining
EDC.
us.
Hey, Lee.
What's up, Lee?
Glad you could join us.
I just ordered some stuff from Lee.
Hey, Mike.
Mike Vina, another Vina.
Hello.
Your bearded squirrel.
Beard Squirrel, what's up,
Wow.
man? Thanks for coming in.
Hello there.
Oh, JP. JP says Hemp Wizard is from his hometown.
Ah,
Ooh.
Yeah, he's pretty tall, Russ.
I'm not that tall.
Now, I got a question. It was your youngest birthday, just turned 21.
Yeah.
Were you behind him a little bit, or because I saw that one woman commented, is he that much taller than you?
Yeah, he's 6'4". So he's
Yeah,
almost,
he's
he's
got
5
some-
inches taller than me.
hey, he's got some height.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying, guys. I'm rushing. Hey. Hey, Scott. Triple B's.
What's up, Scott? Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Oh, there's Justin. Hey, Justin.
What's up, Justin?
Hello.
And I'm caught up.
I just want to bring up one comment,
Sure.
if I can find it. But I do want to say, Scott, you're very bright tonight.
Yeah, too bright.
I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh well. I think Mark
Maybe I
Brown.
am insane. Maybe I am insane.
I bumped the
Me-
button.
It might have been Mark Brown. I can't remember. Someone asked about the official Ken,
Hmm.
and I just wanted to say that that is his town that was on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Mark. Anyone here from Ken from Hawaii? That is his town that was on fire in Maui. It's a town size of 13,000 people, and there's no cell service there now, so there's no way to like get a hold of them or anything like that. So I'm just asking everyone to just keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully the best outcome for
Yeah.
him.
Hopefully somebody hears from him and lets us know he's all right.
Yeah. So hopefully he does reach out to someone, but ultimately I just hope he's safe.
Yeah, that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
And you gotta assume he's safe. Like he's a pretty smart guy, and I'm sure I'm sure.
Resourceful.
Yeah, hopefully that they're able to avoid any but the whole town is pretty wiped out. It looked like from pictures I saw. So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Facebook user.
I think that might be Jaeger.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Chris.
Chris.
What's up, Chris? Thanks for stopping in.
Gary. Good to see you, Gary.
What's up, Gary? Oh, Kevin Henderson and Scott Turner are in the Facebook. Hey, Nicholas.
Cool.
Yeah, Ken messaged him earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have a way to contact people at this moment.
Yeah. From what I read, they're just using satellite phones, and so, but hopefully things will get better there.
So with that, I guess we want to welcome on our guest. Many of you know him as the Hemp Wizard, or Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Gentlemen,
Hey, Mike.
Intro music. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. We should have intro music for each guest. Like, get them to choose which intro song they want.
you know, I may or may not know a guy who works with a bunch of different bands. I might be able to give you guys your own like little intro done.
Yeah. Oh. Awesome. Hey, Big Stu.
Stu.
And like Miss Becky says, that is one big beard.
That is.
It looks a little bit smaller because I got it tied down here, so it tapers it in a lot more. But it's probably about like here or so. And it's, if I don't have that, it's like puffed out to here.
Yeah.
It,
It's definitely got the girth.
So, anyway, you guys had me on primarily because next week we have the Buckeye Beard Battle on Saturday the 19th in Newark, Ohio at the Hub. We have a 10 category beard competition going on. There's everything. I think we did it 12 inches plus, 8 to 12, 4 to 8, 0 to 4. There's a veteran's beard. I believe there's a partial beard. There is a Whiskerena's realistic and Whiskerena's creative. And I'm probably missing a couple, I'm sure, but you know, a lot of the general categories. There might be a mustache category. Off the top of my head, I don't recall. Bearded Squirrel, I got to say about TJ. TJ is coming to that event.
Nice.
TJ lives in Ohio, and he is sponsoring one of the categories. I have 8 of the categories sponsored by different companies. I'm sponsoring the 2 Whiskerena's categories because we also have premium body lotions. So I figured something that women might enjoy more than beard products for the prizes for those. Some of our other companies that are sponsoring the categories, because I don't make these things about me, they're about the charities. I know Scott from Taylor sent some products, Alex from Voodoo Men's Craft, Brian from Bearded Rack. We already mentioned TJ from Bearded Squirrel. Who am I missing? Oh gosh, you know all these things. I've drawn them. I know Matt from Florida Boys. Matt's a good friend of mine, so he donated some stuff. Same with Tim from Valhalla, Beard and Body. He sent some
Nice.
stuff for it.
Wow.
And Dylan from Apex sent some stuff, I believe, and I'm missing someone. I feel like I'm missing someone. It'll come to me sooner or later. A lot to try to, and there's Bearded Chief. Bearded Chief is going to be at the event as well. Looking forward to meeting Steven in person there.
Yeah, we tried to have him on our show last week, and we just had too many technical issues.
Before everything happened with my business partner Joe and his daughter with her battle with the DIPG brain tumor, we were doing a lot of live interviews on Instagram, and we had him on with us one time. We're probably going to be getting back into that soon. It was really just starting. They were starting to get a decent amount of views, and then things happen, and it took priority over social media and what have you.
Oh yeah.
So, you guys have any questions at all?
Well, why don't we start off with Mike's 5 questions? It's kind of maybe a little bit of an icebreaker thing here. This one.
All right, Mike. So my favorite question is usually the first question. That's, tell us your favorite toy as a kid. What was that one toy that you always played with?
Oh gosh, my favorite toy as a kid? Probably, it depends on what stage as a kid. At one point, I definitely was really into like G.I. Joes for a while.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't really play with too many toys. I was always more into going outside and playing sports and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about playing Army? Did you ever play? that was probably my favorite thing to do.
Go figure.
You can only do one thing from your bucket list. What's it going to be?
From my what list?
Your bucket list.
One thing from my bucket list?
Yep.
Oh, God.
You can only do one of them. What's
I
that?
don't have one, and I'll tell you why I don't is, I use this business. We do a lot of really cool things. Like week in and week out, there's no telling what we're going to be doing that week. Like, at this weekend, I'm traveling to Ohio for next weekend for the Buckeye Beard Battle. The first week we get back, that first weekend, we got contacted by a cannabis dispensary because of our use of terpenes, and we're setting up our stuff at their dispensary for their grand opening of a new location. We're doing the weekend after that, we're doing it with another one. There's a hemp farm 10 minutes from my house. We do a lot of events there. With us being involved like we are in the music community, we're at a lot of different music events as well. So I live my bucket list every week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Doing some of the stuff that we do that this company allows us to do, whether it's, just go out to different music events. Like I've flown to New York just to see one of the bands we work with play. I'm going to Ohio this weekend to put on a benefit for the Cooper and Thomas Animal Rescue, and I have 5 bands playing at it, 3 of them that we have synths with, and another one that we're in the midst of working on with them, so we're going to be having that one come out. So I really don't have a bucket list. I live my life moment to moment and try to, enjoy every moment of it and try to just be good to people and try to do some good while we're doing it.
All right.
Cool.
So, next question is, are you a wizard?
I dress as one at some of the events we do, and I got a wizard beard.
Okay. All right. Any special powers?
No special powers, but something really cool when I go up to Ohio next week for this event. My brother lives up there because that's where I'm from originally. And he hasn't given me all the details, but he had a new wizard staff made for me
Oh,
by someone. And he actually gave them a bottle of my beard oil, and it's infused into the wood.
oh wow.
Wow.
And I can't wait to see the thing because I know it's probably going to be like ridiculous and over the top.
So what was your, before the beard oil company, before making beard oils, what was your passion? Like, what was it that you were really into, spending a lot of time on? What was your focus?
Again, different stages of my life, different things. From like the time I was in college, I played music in bands. I went into the Marine Corps after college, kind of quit playing music for the time being, got out, started playing in bands again. I actually got to tour the country playing music. And then we were taking a break from that tour, and I came to Florida on a 2-week vacation, and I've been here ever since.
Okay.
That was like 27 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like before, what really got me started originally with the beard oils, I used to have a vape shop, and I've always made my own beard products anyway. And we manufactured e-juice for not just for ourselves, but for other places. We shipped it out all over the place. And I had some of the beard oils that I made on the shelf. They had way different labels than what we have now. But that's kind of how we got started. Then when I shut that shop down around the time of COVID because of all the new regulations on that industry, where it was going to just cost millions of dollars to stay in it. And I wasn't willing to make that risk, not for what we were making in it. So some of my regular customers reached out to me and was like, hey, can I get some of that beard oil that you used to have in your shop? Like, okay. And then it just they started telling all their friends, and I started a website, and first thing it was just like friends and people that I know, and then people started finding it, and it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah. Cool.
And we're way different now. The formula is still the same, but Scott, I believe you had some of our stuff way back when we had our very original labels a long time ago. Oh, look at that. That goes way back. Those labels to me are so awesome, but they're so bad at the same time.
Yeah.
But I still love that original little logo, that original wizard. And I still use that from time to time on things, just kind of as a reminder, like why we started this company and the basic beliefs that we had, and when we started it, we wasn't about making money from it. We still are. I use probably like 80% of what we make either goes back into it or goes to some sort of charitable cause.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the last question, you already kind of touched on it, but if you could tell us more about the Buckeye Beer Battle, like, is this the first time it's happening, or like the 5th annual, or?
This is the first Buckeye Beard Battle. This is our first one that we're traveling out of state for. We've held some pretty cool events here. I was in my at-home office this morning, and I was going through a drawer, and I found the flyer from the very first charity event that we had with a veterans charity called Do You Give a Ruck? And I was just like, wow, of all times to find this, as I'm getting stuff geared up for this. But, the Buckeye Beard Battle, I wanted to do something to give myself an excuse to take a vacation back home to Ohio, because last time I was up there to visit was like 2010, and I got a lot of family and friends up there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if I force myself to do a charity event up here instead of another one down here where I'm at, that'll make me go up to Ohio and visit some friends and family while I'm at it.
Yeah.
So that was part of it behind it. 2, we linked up with a very awesome animal rescue, the Cooper and Thomas Animal Rescue. So we're hosting it for them, and the event is like the next city over from my hometown that I'm from in Ohio. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Is that anywhere near Cleveland?
No, Cleveland's up northeast. This is more like central. The event is like probably 20, 30 miles from Columbus.
Okay. When you toured with your band, did you ever make it to Cleveland to play?
Not with that particular band, but I played several shows in Cleveland. When I was in college, we got the opportunity to be like the local opening act for a lot of different bands. A few times I was in Cleveland, even though I went to a college in Ohio State that was 2.5 hours away or whatever. But we had some really cool experiences during that time. Like the most notable band that we probably ever got to open up for was Pantera.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Which was really cool. And but a lot of times you don't get to meet the headlining bands, especially Daryl. He made himself very accessible to us. And here I am, a college kid. Pantera, that's when they just exploded with like the Cowboys from Hell album, and we're just like, we're here opening up for Pantera. This is amazing, and we're kind of like fanboying out, and Daryl just keeps trying to calm us down, asking us a bunch of questions about us, and I think that was his way of he wanted us to enjoy that moment.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of that area of Cleveland that they had a lot of bands, but it was at the Flats.
The Flats, yeah.
Okay, the Flats. So I remember going there in the 90s to see some bands play.
Yeah, I've been to many shows up in the Flats, all over like the Columbus area, even down like to Pittsburgh. What was it? Was it Star Lake Amphitheater?
Oh yeah,
It's probably
Star Lake.
something else now, I'm sure, but that was 20 however many years ago, maybe 30.
Yeah.
But I remember going to several shows there back in the day. Yeah. Yep. I went to that there.
At Star Lake?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we were probably there at the same time.
Back in the early 90s sometime. I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, 93, 94. 94 was Smashing Pumpkins. They headlined.
Okay. I went to that one.
Can't remember the year before who headlined, but I know George Clinton was there and Beastie Boys, Luscious Jackson. Oh, great time.
Small world, man.
Small world, yep. Yeah. And I'm out in Wyoming now. I'm not even on the East Coast.
You and like 12 other people were there, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is the population of Wyoming? Like 600,000 approximately, something like that?
Probably around there. It's 500,000 or 600,000.
Yeah.
It's the smallest state or population.
Yeah, it's about the same as the city I live in.
Yeah, the city I live in, it's the most populated, and it's 65,000.
So that's what I like about the exact section of Florida that I live in. It's right on the Atlantic Ocean. It's a beach town, but it's like every city north of us is like overcrowded. Every city south of us is overcrowded. We got this one little spot where it's like paradise here. It really is. Except the summers suck because it's hot, very hot.
Okay, there was a couple other questions for you scrolling in the chat. First one was, how long have you been growing your beard?
About 3.5 years.
Okay.
I've pretty much always had a beard my entire adult life. In the military, obviously, I had to shave it off then. But other than that, I've always had a beard, but it was like short and trimmed because I used to do things. I spent 9 years. I was a store manager at different Walmart stores. They would move me from store to store to fix all the issues they were having. And so I had to have like more of a neat and trim beard. And then when I kind of got into machining, I just kind of started letting it grow out. Well, not right away, but about 3.5 years or so ago, I started letting it grow out, and since then I've had it.
And the other question I think was from Russ. He wanted to thank you for your service, but he wanted to know what branch of military you were in.
United States Marine Corps. That was, I mean, I do not regret that at all. I don't know if I made the right choice. I had, because I went to college first, I had all 4 branches want me to join, and the other 3 even came to me all together. They came to my house and they're like, "You were way too smart to go into the Marine Corps. We don't care which one of the ones." But I wanted the tougher road. I didn't want to take the easier way out, and the Marine Corps was going to be the hardest one, especially with boot camp. And at that point in my life, that was a challenge that I wanted.
Yeah, I know. I mean, these other 2 guys, they served in the military. I didn't. So I still think about it to this day. But life takes you in the path it's going to take you.
Exactly. Everything you do, that's an experience, and make the best out of every experience that you have, no matter what it is just kind of how I look at life.
Yeah.
One of the things I have on my desk at home, it's like I say a plaque, but it's more like a little nameplate, but it just reads, "Be thankful." And, I have that there because I always want that reminder to, no matter what's going on, to be thankful for it. No matter how bad things may seem, it could always be worse. And, I'm a firm believer in that, just being thankful and grateful for everything in life.
Well, I got a little presentation here we can go through. It starts off with a little bit about with your beard competition. Buckeye beard battle here. And we pretty much went over this.
$10, that's a steal.
Yeah, that actually is a pretty good deal for a beard.
I love those awards so much. We actually also have ribbons for them. They're actually paracord ribbons. Philip Rosenberger from the Orlando chapter of the Bearded Villains made those awards right there for us for the event. And Bruce Williams out of Delaware made some paracord ribbons for him. And he is delivering them personally. He's coming from Delaware to Ohio just to attend the event.
Nice.
Oh, so that's like a necklace,
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if anybody would wear it as that, but we do have ribbons for it to go through that loop up at the top. It looks to each end. We just wanted to do something a little bit unique, and since it is an Ohio themed event, the Buckeye leaves, also very personal to me because I grew up in the Buckeye State. I went to college at Ohio State, so the Buckeye leave I thought was something cool just to make it just for that event. And then, the little inlays that we did for it, like each one of those, not counting the little inlay, took over an hour to make on the machine. For Phil. So, and there's 30 of them, 10 categories, 3 for each category. So, just those parts alone, just the running time was 30 hours. That doesn't count the amount of time that they put in to designing them for what I gave him. And when I was telling him my idea, he's like, "You're making me work on this one." But they came out pretty damn cool, and he did an awesome job with them. I just got them in my possession last weekend. He lives in Florida as well, about a couple hours from me. So we met halfway at a cigar shop, and he brought those to me, and I kind of surprised him because he was so kind of did that, and he refused to charge anything for him. He's a big time cigar aficionado, so I had a pretty rare and expensive cigar cutter in my collection, and so I took that and gave it to him. He didn't want to take it, but I made him. I was like, as much time as he put into making those awards, I had to do something for him.
Beard Zone's got a question for you there, Mike.
For those of us who would like to help with the charity but can't make it there, is there a way to donate?
I can set up something. I could easily do it like via PayPal. If somebody wanted to donate via PayPal, they could send it that way, or even Zelle, and I'll make sure it gets to the charity. And there's Audio Side. That's the band that is headlining the event. And if you haven't heard them, you should check them out because they're pretty badass. The 5 bands are Audio Side is headlining. Or let's start at the beginning. Dead Silent is shout out to them. I'm wearing one of their T-shirts today. They are opening the event. Then a band called Fester. I believe one of you got the Not Your Superman. That's our scent with the band Fester. Our mysterious cologne scent. So that's why it has like their logo on there as well. Little fun fact about the band Fester: their last album, Apocalypse, they trusted me to do all the album artwork for them. And if you look at the album cover and even on the inside of the album, it has our logo hidden in there on the cover of it, and then on the inside a couple of different times. Which they allowed us to do that. It's not really hidden, but it doesn't like jump right out at you. But when you see it, you're like, okay, that's what it is. It was one of our older logos, but that was pretty cool. Then after after Fester playing is So High, and they got a new song that they're going to be playing live for the first time ever at this event, called Moon Kids. I've been lucky enough to hear the entire song. Really awesome song. They got a video coming out for it. Probably towards the end of this month. I've seen the rough version of the video before the final editing, and it's really cool. Then after So High is Black Sasquatch, and I love those guys so much. They are actually from my hometown of Zanesville, Ohio. Ted, the bass player, Bub, the vocalist and guitarist, the other Ted, the other guitarist, and Patrick, all super fucking. Sorry, I don't mean to keep cursing, but that's just me.
It happens.
They're all really cool dudes. And as far as like bands, those guys have pushed us so much. They were doing an online concert series one time, and I'm watching it. And they sent me the link to it, like, hey, if you got a chance, check us out. In the middle of one of the songs, they have a guy walk out. He's wearing a Sasquatch outfit or suit, and he's carrying a bottle of our beard oil. And the camera just pans in on him. He's like shaking it, pretending like he's putting it on. Then when that song ends, Ted, the bass player, walks up to the microphone. He's like, make sure to check out our friends over at Hemp Wizard Beard Care. You can find them at hempwizard.net. And I'm just sitting there like, he just said that. I was like, oh, thank you. I mean, those guys are amazing. And then headlining is Audio Side. And we don't have a set with them, but they're an awesome band. Also, they're from Ohio. And I got to say, like, when we did the beards for Kaylee raffles and stuff, Don Rush, the vocalist of Audio Side, reached out to me. He sent me down a package to put in with our raffles we were doing. It had an autographed CD. It had earrings with their logos on them, a couple of T-shirts, shot glasses. I mean, all kinds of things they sent for us to add into the raffles. Like the main prize raffle that we did for that had over $1,000 value on it.
Wow.
And I think we had like 36 total prizes for the entire thing. But anyway, Don said all that, and then I had mentioned to Don that Kaylee, the girl we were putting it on for, my business partner's daughter. Unfortunately, she passed about 3 weeks ago. But she really liked the earrings, so Don sent us out a pair of those earrings just for her, and a T-shirt for her, which was really awesome of them to do. They went live from the band page and talked about it to help draw a little more interest to it. And I can't not thank those guys enough. Just super awesome guys, and I'm really happy to have them be part of the Buckeye Beard Battle next week.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a amazing competition. Wish I could go, but we have a big one we're going to in September in Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Which one is that?
The Music City Moonshine Beard Championships.
Okay.
Actually, me and Ms. Bruce City are getting married on the stage at the beard competition.
That is awesome.
At intermission, yeah.
That is awesome right there.
And we are told that's the first time that's happening at a beard competition.
I would imagine so. I mean, we try to do some unique things at ours. We're posting a full-fledged rock concert with ours.
Oh, yeah.
With 5 awesome bands and 10 categories. But I've never heard of somebody getting married on stage. That's pretty awesome.
Well, that's what Scott and Becky said. We got to do something unique. They already have 5 bands playing. What can we do to make this special? Let's get married.
Well, that's awesome, though, because it's a beard competition, and you're obviously very passionate about beards. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it just happened we were going to be going there, so it kind of just worked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, I wish I would have known, because I'm actually ordained. I could have performed the ceremony for you.
We actually have a guy here on screen who's going to perform the ceremony for us.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go. That's even better.
Yeah.
That is even better.
Oh.
So now this is what I'm going to say. You guys are going to. This was your 82nd episode. When you get around to your episode number 420, I know it'll be a while.
We can
Just
reserve it
But if
for
you don't
you.
invite me on for that one, I'm going to take it personally.
We'll reserve it for you.
Here's a question from Big Stu. He's from Pittsburgh as well. You got some great sounding scents. What's your favorite and what's your most popular?
All right, my personal favorite. Oh gosh, I could throw so many up toward that category, but I had to pick one. Believe it's our scent with Black Sasquatch. It is pine, campfire, and s'mores. And I'll be 100% honest. I do not like campfire scents. So when I had the idea for that one, I was like, this is going to be the one that I don't like. And as it turns out, it just happens to be my thing. Our most popular scent, if I break it down to single items and not like total items sold, and don't take into consideration, we've had some forever and I've done a ton of events and we've sold more of these ones at in-person events. But as far as website, Not Your Superman, which is kind of, it's strange. I love that scent so much, but I'm surprised because when we first put it out, the first month and a half, it was very quiet on sales, and then it just took off. And next thing I know, I'm like, I am sold out of this one. And I had to. I actually redid all the labels, changed them up a little bit. It was one of my favorite labels before. The new one's even better. It's one of my favorites now. But I'd have to say that's probably our most popular scent.
I know I like it. I have it on now. It's nice. I like it. Russ has a question. He wants to know what you did in the Marines.
What was that?
Russ wants to know what you did do. What did you do for the Marines?
I originally went in, I signed up to be in avionics, but since I went to college on a wrestling scholarship, after basic training, I didn't go through any training for avionics. They put me on the United States Marine Corps wrestling team.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
nice, nice.
Wow.
I was a high school wrestler myself.
Yeah, so yeah, that I went to college on that wrestling scholarship, so
In Division
I
One.
guess I was pretty good at it.
Yeah, yeah, like my Division I, Ohio State. Hell yeah.
That's where I wanted to go to college. I grew up 50 miles from Columbus. I had a bunch of I actually had a lot of offers for other sports from different colleges, sports that I would have rather played in college, but I didn't have a football scholarship to Ohio State, but I had a wrestling scholarship, and that's where I wanted to go. So that's the one I took.
Nice.
I wasn't always a fat guy like I am now.
I hear you.
But, I've been married 25 years to my wonderful wife, so, I kind of let that go a little bit, I guess. I got complacent with where I'm at.
Oh, it catches up with a lot of us.
I'm not getting any younger, so.
So Phil the Bearded want to know if you have any information about the Fort Pierce event.
About the Fort Pierce event. All right, we're doing an event. I don't have a lot of details on it yet. It'll be after I get back from Ohio when I get down there with the venue. But it's going to be called Rumble at the Wharf. It's a 2-day festival. There's going to be I believe, a bike show at it. We're going to have a bunch of vendors there. We're going to have a street shutdown. They're pulling the permits to have a street shutdown. We're having a stage brought in for the street. There's going to be bands playing. We plan on doing a beard competition there, and who knows what else. With us, there's no telling once we get involved with things. We like to get stupid and go over the top with them because why not?
Oh, they sound pretty amazing.
We try to make it more than just one dimensional. Beard contests are always fun, but when you add other things in with them, and we started with smaller things like cornhole tournaments with them and just other little things, and then this one just kind of evolved into a rock concert with a beard competition.
Well, that's cool. And I know we talked earlier about your carrier blend, kind of. It's a little different than a lot of companies. Do you want to go through that a bit?
All right, I'll start at the bottom. Grapeseed oil. I know some people don't like grapeseed oil. They say it goes rancid. And it does. All of them eventually will. Grapeseed generally does, but with the blend that we have, there's not a lot in it. We have very specific amounts of each one that we developed to try to pull out the best qualities of each one and how much you need for it. And there's actually grapeseed oil, there's less of that than anything else in there, but it has a lot of great properties to it that I just couldn't leave out. Castor oil, that's a staple for beard oils for how many years now? And it has a lot of great qualities, along with coconut, sweet almond, avocado, jojoba oil. But we're going to get into what I like. The hemp seed oil. What we use is an unrefined hemp seed oil. And the reason we use that, it makes it a little bit darker in color. And it's a little bit harder to scent. But when you put it through that refining process, you lose a lot of, the essentials out of it. You lose a lot of the minerals out of it, a lot of the vitamins. And if you're going to use that, to me, it's like, why even use it if you're going to use a stripped down version of it? I get that it's harder to scent, but I told you guys earlier I went into the United States Marine Corps because I wanted that challenge. I've never tried to take the easy way out of anything or a simple way. When I do something, I kind of fully commit to it and try to make it the best that's possible, which leads me to the Blue Dream terpene. One of the things that really I believe, and I'm not talking down on anybody, but something that sets us apart from everybody else is the terpenes. There's a lot of great things in there, and a lot of properties to it that are just little simplistic things that some of them beard oils are meant to do anyway, but the Blue Dream strain specifically, the terpenes in that has natural anti-itch properties, which we all know that's one of the purposes of beard oil anyway, to rehydrate your skin and your beard so it's not dry and flaky. It just kind of doubles down with that and helps with the itch. There's also natural antifungal properties to it as well. All the myrcene and lipamine and all these different, things. When you break it down, they're great for your skin. I've been reading up. They're using terpenes now to try to treat eczema, and a few of our customers have read up on that as well and have reached out to me. I've sent them some unscented beard oil, and they're using it for eczema, and it's helping to clear it up. According to them, I'm making no claims on it. I'm just going by what I'm told. But I have also seen it firsthand because my neighbor uses it for that.
Wow.
And that's just really due to the terpenes in it. And, it's something that's really great for both your beard and your skin. And we were the first to use it in beard and skin care. And, we're actually kind of one of the first to use it for anything outside of the cannabis industry. Now it's starting to pop up all over the place. You're starting to find terpenes infused in beers and everything else. And there's no THC in it. I want to clear that up. So, you'll never fail a drug test using our products. That's a very common question I get, because it's not that part of the plant, but it's part of it that has a lot of the medicinal purposes for it. And it just turns out they're really great for your skin and your beard.
So, what is Blue Dream?
Blue Dream is a strain. There's however many, who knows how many different strains of the cannabis plant. Blue Dream is just a specific strain. And as we're going through all terpenes have some properties in common, but some strain specific ones have some different things going on with them. So when we broke it down, we ended up choosing Blue Dream. And part of the reason was because of the anti-itch and antifungal properties in them, because it was just some extra added that it would bring to the table just to, help a little bit more with some of these issues.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, as far as the eczema treatment, I know that's just, you're not claiming that, just word of mouth, but Russ wants to know if your body lotions would help with that.
Yes, we have that in there as well. The only thing I would say if somebody was using it for that is sometimes different essential oils and fragrance oils can be a little bit more harsh. Things like cinnamon or something. So if you're going to use it for that, I would stay away from like our Harmony lotion. Under normal skin conditions, it's not going to do anything. And it probably wouldn't harm the more sensitive skin either, but just as a precautionary, because cinnamon's one of the ones that people tend to sometimes have reactions to. So that's why I mentioned that one in specific. But anybody could always reach out to me. I'm always willing, if they want it for something like that, I will do it unscented. I'm actually, when I get back from Ohio, I'm going to have some labels made and to make unscented an option available for our lotions and our beard washes that I call a cleansing conditioner. I'll probably even do it for the lotions as well, because scents aren't for everybody. I can't imagine that myself, because I like the bold scents and like different things. Like one day smelling like like a strawberry, and the next day I smell like, a campfire.
I'm going to point it out to these guys in the chats that might not know. Mike does have a degree in chemistry, so he's, he knows what he's doing. Yeah.
And I see the question in the chat, and I know we had talked about this before the show about plans for butters, and your thoughts about that.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do a butter. I don't fault any company that does, but with what I believe about butters, I, with a good conscience, refuse to make them because to me, when you break it down, what happens with butters, they never fully absorb into your beard. Even the ones without wax in them, it's a butter, so it's still fat. Anything that's fat is never going to fully absorb into your beard. Your beard is actually a living thing, and it requires oxygen. What happens with butters, they make your beard feel really soft, but for lack of a better term, I believe it to be like a placebo effect. Because what happens, it's not allowing your beard to get the proper oxygen that it needs. So it draws all the hydration that we're trying to put back into our beards with beard oils to the outer part of it. So it feels really nice and soft, but unfortunately it's not leaving the inside of it as hydrated as it should. And it makes that just a little bit more brittle. You're not going to kill your beard with them. It's not going to greatly damage them, but it also doesn't do them any real benefits as far as what I believe about it. So I'm not going to do it because everything we do is kind of for the health of the beard and rehydrating it and making it, thrive and be healthy from the inside, not just the out.
Well, and you have a big beard that kind of backs up it. It doesn't stop your beard from growing. And your oils actually feel pretty great in the beard.
Yeah.
Ours, I mean, I really believe if somebody was to use our cleansing conditioner, which is a beard wash, but I call it a cleansing conditioner because it's non-stripping. I recommend using it daily. It's an enigma. It's also the product that we have that I'm the most proud of. You'd think it's not going to work because it's about the consistency of a beard oil or a water, but a quarter-size puddle in my hand, that's all I use for this beard, and it lathers it up. I let it sit in as long as I can during the shower, and you use it and you brush it and you have absolute minimal tangles because, I kind of formulated it to not only clean, but it conditions and it nourishes your beard while you use it. It's a little bit different. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but we had one of the YouTube product reviewers. He did a thing on beard washes, and he named ours as the best one because of the way his beard feels after using it.
Yeah, it sounds kind of amazing.
It's weird because the first time I used it, I even thought I went the first time I used it, I way over it. I'm like, this is liquidy. It's gonna, and I was like, that's the most amazing feel I ever had. Maybe I didn't need that, and I kept scaling it way back before I even put it out. Got it like I said, about a quarter-size puddle in my hand, and it washes my entire beard.
Someone wants to know if you like pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza, not my thing, but if you like it, live your dream. I'm not going to order one. To me, if I have a pizza, unless it's like a white pizza or something, it definitely at a minimum has to have pepperoni. And you can add a lot of different things, and there's a lot of different great combinations. But to me, it has to have pepperoni on it, or it just, I'm a fat guy. I like the grease from the pepperoni, right?
Oh, I wouldn't argue with you on that. Here we'll get into some of your scents. We got Maui Wowie, which I believe Jason has,
Yes,
which
I
is
got
pineapple, mango, papaya, coconut, and hints of other tropical fruits.
that. And it's nice.
That was one of our original scents. We had 4 scents when we launched. Maui Wowie was one of those. OG Kush, which is the one I see right below it, which is basically sandalwood, cedar, pine, bamboo, and tea.
Mhm.
Grape Stomper is kind of grape Kool-Aid is what it smells like. I've had a few people say grape bubble gum, but so like a grape bubble gum, a grape Kool-Aid type of scent. And then the other original scent was strawberry switchblade, which is like one of those little strawberry candies that your grandmother would always have in her little candy dish that have like that little foil, like a strawberry wrapper with the green top. That's
Yep,
kind of
yep,
what it
yep.
smells like. Then the first one we added after that was blueberry haze, which is a blueberry cookie, and that was my go-to for the longest time. We've also not on our website now, but we had one that we released with blueberry haze. It was called God's Gift. It was frankincense, myrrh, and we actually had 24 karat gold flakes in it, which actually served a purpose because gold is good for your skin, believe it or not. But the cost of the gold flakes, and they were very difficult to deal with, and it was messy. I did away with that one pretty quick. Every once in a while, from like a customer that's been with us for a long time, I'll have them request it and I'll do it for them, but minus the gold flakes.
And Mike, you had the OG Kush, right?
Yes.
What'd you think of that?
To me, it smells flowery. Like it smells like flowers to me. So this one right here. That's what I get out of it. I know it's not in the scent profile, but that's what it's.
Sometimes we all get something a little different out of different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's pretty cool. It's funny is owning the company, I see different things. Like I have customers that are fanatics about OG Kush. I have customers that are fanatics about this scent or that scent. It's but everybody likes something different. And that's why we offer a wide variety.
Mm-hmm.
I just happen to be one of those weird guys. I like a wide variety of things, so
Yeah.
it's always fun to make something new.
Big Stu, they kind of are flip up restrictor tops. They're kind of like you can squeeze a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Can I talk about that? The bottles are too stiff. I don't recommend squeezing them. Flip the cap.
Yeah.
Either just a couple of shakes like you would like a restrictor cap, or tap the bottom
Yeah.
to your desired amount. Because you use our stuff at the beginning, Scott, and you probably notice a difference in the quality of the bottle from the beginning to now.
Yeah.
What we use now is actually food grade plastic bottles. So for anybody that's like, oh, they use cheap plastic bottles. No, they're actually more expensive than most glass bottles. And they're 100% recyclable, unlike glass bottles, because you can't recycle the dropper top. They're not as bad for the environment as what people think. Another common one people like to say is leaching, but you got to understand that for that process to begin, it's got to be at the temperature of like 135 degrees Fahrenheit for an extended period of time before that even begins. And, most industries, I told you guys earlier, before this, I was in the vaping industry, and I watched the vaping industry go from glass bottles, and people frowned upon the plastic bottles, and then out of nowhere, it switched to all plastic, and nobody used glass anymore. There's multiple reasons for it. You drop the bottle, one of our bottles, about the worst thing that's probably going to happen, the flip cap might break. I'm on the search to find one with a sturdier cap that still has the same quality as the bottle. I haven't found one yet. When I do, I will gladly switch to that. But the worst thing that's going to happen if you drop it, the flip cap's going to break. You might lose 1 or 2 drops. Yeah, I'm a fat guy, but I go to the gym fairly regularly. I can throw this in my gym bag when I go to the gym. I don't have to worry about it breaking in there. If I drop it on the floor, it doesn't break. With the glass dropper tops, it kind of, you can do it with one hand, but it's basically a 2-hand operation. You got to pull it off, and you got to either squirt it in your hand then, or you can try this, and that leaves you the free hand that you can screw it on. But when you put it through your beard and doing that, you can't really completely control how much you're using, in my opinion.
Yep.
You know, but these are just some of the reasons I use what I use. You know, whatever anybody else uses, that's good. That's awesome. Live your dream. Use what you like. I have no problem. I use what I do for my personal reasons, convenience. You know, the fact that they are 100% recyclable, unlike a lot of bottles that you can use, it is very appealing to me as well. And, you know, may not be to others.
Yeah, I actually find the bottles work pretty well.
Yeah, I like it.
It's, you know, I honestly believe eventually most of the industry will switch over to something more like this. It's happened in pretty much every industry there is out there, except maybe beer, and that's about it. Everything else, you know, you used to buy mayonnaise, it was in a glass jar. Now you're in plastic. There's several reasons for it. It's not always because it's cheaper. You know, they don't break. Like one time we were doing an event and a whole box of stuff got dropped right on the concrete, and I know I would have lost everything in that box. We didn't lose anything out of it. And it's also very convenient for like the bands when they're taking it to their merch booths and stuff. They don't have to worry about breaking it as much as they would as if it was glass around those different types of environments like that.
And Bearded Chief says he did break one, but a regular glass dropper will fit on them.
Yeah, I remember he did break one of the tops to it. Like I said, I am one to search for the same quality bottles with a better topper. Currently, I have 2 different suppliers for them. One is Opting Out. That's an old top there that I did away with a long time ago, 1-to-1. But I have the white ones, and then there's the clear ones. I prefer the clear ones. I think they're a little bit more sturdier than the white ones. But unfortunately, sometimes they're out of stock, and I have to go with what I can get.
And then we have Orlando Villains themed scent, which is orange cream glazed cinnamon funnel cake. That's quite a combination there.
Yeah.
Well, that one, every time we work with a band or a podcast or, in this instance, a beer club, we try to make it something that's going to be personal for them. So, for instance, the Orlando Villains right there, how we came up with the orange cream glazed cinnamon funnel cake. They're the Orlando chapter of their beer club. So they're out of Florida. So orange is kind of automatically one of the first things you think of. Now, where the cinnamon funnel cake came in, they are the Orlando chapter. And Orlando is the theme park capital of the world. And what can you find at every theme park? Funnel cakes.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of came up with the concept to make it, you know, represent where they're from. So, you know, there's always a lot of thought behind some of the different things that we do. We don't just like, oh, we're going to do this scent for you. You know, we try to make it a fair representation of who they are. Kind of like we talked about the Believe being Pine, Campfire, and S'mores with the band Black Sasquatch. And a lot of their stuff is Bigfoot themed. So I was like, how do I make this smell like a Bigfoot? I was like, Pine, Campfire, and S'mores. You know, so along with like the band So High, we made that like a Buckeye candy, which was definitely a fun one for me to work on, being that I went to Ohio State. So that was definitely fun. And there's a story behind every one of them, which I think is really cool because it's not just like generic cookie cutter thrown together for them. We actually made it with a theme for them, and it's easier said than done because we have to fit, not only make it a good representation of them, but it is our business as well. So I want it to be a representation of who we are at the same time. And I know we do things different from a lot of people, and I'm not saying I'm right, but I have my reasons I do everything. And I don't want to put out something that I'm not going to be proud of ever. Because we do take a lot of pride in what we do.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then we have another one called Hard Time, for the band Rider, I believe.
The band Rider they're out of New York City, and with them, they're a very gritty rock and roll type of band. So he wanted to relay that with the scent, and so we did sandalwood, tobacco, bourbon, and then hints of leather. What is more rock and roll than that?
Yeah. When I got this one out of the bottle, I got the whiskey right away. But then it mellows out pretty good. And my interest in it was because it had leather in it, and I'm a big leather fan.
I'm going to have to send you a couple others, Scott. I have leather with the Hard Rock and Sports Show, also out of New York. Jeff and Tommy, those guys are awesome. But it is peaches and leather.
Well, I got this Audible.
Oh, okay. Okay. I did send you that.
Yeah, this one is probably my favorite. Peaches, vanilla, and leather.
That's the one I was just talking about.
Yeah. That one actually surprised me. I thought I'd like the Hard Time more than the Audible, but it was just the opposite.
Yeah, the Audible it's a unique profile for sure. And, but at least for me, I know there's obviously going to be people that don't like that scent, but for me, there's just something about it that it just really works together for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect peaches and leather to don't go together as well as they seem to.
Yeah, it works though, so I can't. All right, there's the Audible. We just talked about that. And Bucknut, I was touching on that earlier. That's like the Buckeye scented candy. There's peanut butter, chocolate. There's some vanilla in there. Everything that you would expect out of a Buckeye candy that are famous for being out of Ohio, or like I imagine they're made in a lot of different places, but that's where they were kind of invented. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the whole history of them. But.
Well, you're asking if it's called Sunday Audible or the Audible. I believe the bottle says Sunday Audible, but the website said the Audible.
It's just a name. We don't get too picky on it. Probably an over. I self-admittedly, the whole tech portion of it, the website, not my strong suit. I still have pictures of our original labels up there, and we haven't had those in over 2 years. I still have the scents, they just have different labels now.
Cool.
What?
And then we have Harmony.
Harmony is a warm apple crisp with hints of vanilla bean ice cream, which is kind of really just a roundabout fancy way to say cinnamon apples and vanilla. But and that's another one that works really well. That one's actually also available in our lotions, and that is with Crash Fistfight and Maxine Maxwell, the host of the Musicians Hangout podcast. They're both actually drummers in different bands as well, and they do a podcast together about all things music. Um, and they're just really awesome chicks. And the original thing was, we did all these scents with different bands. I wanted to do a lotion with someone, and I was doing that, and I liked the scent so much. I talked to them like, let's just do this in a beard oil as well. Absolutely.
Cool. And here we were talking about this one earlier. Not your Superman.
That one, as far as a single item, is our top seller, no exceptions. Now, when I get into it because of combos and stuff, there are scents that I've sold more of, and especially with in-person events because we were doing those 2 years before we did this. But this one, as far as single item sales on the website, has taken about a month and a half ago. It took over the top spot, and it's actually widening the gap in that. I don't know if it's because it's labeled as the mysterious cologne type scent, and everybody likes to try to figure out what it is, or maybe it's built a reputation because it is a pretty glorious scent, but nobody's ever going to find out what's in it. If they did, they would just think that I was making it up anyway.
Jason, can you describe it?
There's something sweet in it. I mean, it's not, it's not floral or fruity, but I get a little bit of a sweetness to it in the beginning. But it's a nice cologne scent. That's what I get.
It's very hard to describe.
Yeah, as far as
It's very pleasant. It's an awesome scent. I can see why it has become our top seller. But and I don't know if that's the serious part.
As far as trying to say I get oud or I get this or I don't know, but I get a little bit of a sweetness, but it's nice. And I chose it because I like cologne type scents, and it said it's kryptonite for the ladies too. I gotta oh yeah, I forgot. I told these other two guys I gotta mention this. No, Mark, I don't think there's oud in it. I don't know any of the scents. I just mentioned that. But anyway, I had it on last Thursday too. And I went in to the bathroom and got my shower and everything like that. And I put that in the beard. And I come out and my wife was sitting on her couch on her laptop. So I got down my kiss to look at her screen. And she looks at me, she goes, "Oh, you got to smell pretty for your live stream." And I said, "No."
Like we can smell you.
Yeah. I said, "No." I said, "I got to put beard oil in after my shower." So, but she likes it. So it is kryptonite for the ladies. I'll let you guys know that. It is kryptonite for the ladies.
I actually, I don't know if I've added it to my website yet, but I got the labels. I've had them for a little bit, but I don't know if I've added that lotion. I don't think I have to my website, but I have that available in lotions. And I've sent it out to a few people because we meet the most amazing people doing what we do. Like I've become friends with a voiceover actress out in California, and in her spare time, she likes to take some of the very terrible video edits that I make, and she'll do voiceover work to them and make them sound really awesome, which is really cool. And that is, so I sent her a bunch of the lotions just as a thank you because, she doesn't have to do that, but, I'm good friends with her and I'm not going to complain that she does either because it's pretty cool. Roy Boy. The new label for Roy Boy is so much better than that original label there. But Roy Boy, the godfather of metal, and out of all the scent descriptions on my website, this is probably my favorite, where it talks about being a hardcore yet tropical take on a mosh pit. And then it just goes on after that, but it's another tropical type of scent, different from Maui Wowie. There's no pineapple in it like Maui Wowie. There's no coconut in it. It's basically just pretty much banana, strawberry, papaya, melon, and mango. And, you know, I guess maybe it's I've been here in Florida long enough, but I like tropical scents. So, and there's no limit on what you can do with them because there's so many different tropical fruits that it makes it fun. Because we have a couple of lotions that I don't have in beard oils that are tropical scents that are completely different from the ones that are in beard oils.
Yeah, and this is the time of year for those tropical scents anyway.
Yeah.
And actually, next Friday night, I'm going to be live in studio with Roy on his podcast. Believe we've talked about that one quite a bit tonight. And I think I told you guys that's my personal favorite scent out of all of them. Something about it for me, it just really works with that pine campfire and s'mores.
Yeah, cool. Sounds like an amazing one. And then Slasher.
Slasher, another bourbon scent, but this time it's got cranberry bourbon with hints of oak and vanilla, kind of like you still got that bourbon barrel going on with it. Yeah, at first, it's one of those ones, if you open it up out of bottle and you take 3 deep smells like that, 3 of them in a row, it changes like immediately each one. It starts off the very first initial, it hits you kind of sweet. But once you get it in beard, it's no longer sweet like that. But that's what hits you first out of bottle. But then you start picking up on that, on the bourbon, and then you get like the hints of the oak and vanilla in there, and it's actually really well balanced. I just can't figure out how to keep it from smelling super sweet at first out of bottle. But it really changes right after that, though. So.
And that's a collab with another band, correct?
Mopsy Maniac out of Aaron lives out of Kentucky. He is an amazing guitarist. I actually have a 33-second clip that he did that I was going to use for intros on some of the videos we do. I played the bass on it. I just still got to get a drummer to finish up the drums on it. I should just ask one of the bands we work with. I'm sure one of them would do it, but I just haven't asked them yet.
Yeah. Russ has a question. He's working and may have missed this. How many siblings and are they involved with the company?
I have 2 brothers, and neither one are involved with it at all. Both of them live in Ohio. Still, I'll be seeing one of them for sure next week. Maybe the other one, I'm not going to be in his part of Ohio, but he may come down. I'm not sure. But neither one of them are involved with the company. The company is mostly just me, and then, of course, I have a business partner, Joe. But the last 4 or 5 months, he's kind of been absent, and I'm not faulting him for that. He just lost his daughter with a battle with a DIPG brain tumor, and I told him, no, by all means, step back and you take care of that. I'll take care of everything in the meantime. Ted, that is Ted from Black Sasquatch. Blast Beat is it was our second scent we did with anybody from a band, and that is with Noctis Frazier. Sean is his real first name. The stage name is Noctis. That is leather and tobacco only. Sean, one of the things he loves to do is work with leather in his spare time. So we definitely had to put leather in that one. So we made it a leather and tobacco scent for him. And with our latest logo, Sean was the one who kind of designed most of that logo. I've made a lot of little changes to it here and there, but the bulk of the latest rendition of our logo he did because he has a background in graphic design. And I had him look at the labels when we were changing them and why he was doing that. He's like, also I made this. If you want it, feel free to use it. And I was like, thank you. So I'll always be grateful to those guys because he's in the band called Walking Corpse Syndrome, and we have two scents with them. The first one with his brother Greg, who goes by Mr. Grimm, and you'll probably be pulling that up in a second. That one's called Corpse Walker, which is a cedar scent. And that was how we got started in working with the bands. Greg, who also happens to be in the Montana state legislation, he somehow stumbled across our products. Before he even found those, I was actually a really big fan of their band. I like really heavy stuff. And somehow Greg found the products, and then he reached out to me, just tell me that he really liked them. And then one day he reached out to me, he's like, have you ever thought about doing a cedar scent? He's like, I love your product so much, but cedar is my favorite scent. And I'm like, sure thing, Greg. I can do that for you, And next thing I know, we're talking back and forth, and it goes from me just making a cedar scent to making it with his likeness on the bottle. That's the original label. The newest label is so much better. Same with the Blast Bead, a lot of our newer labels. But like I said, I have all the old pictures on our website. But trying to find time, especially the last 5 months, without having Joe's help with him dealing with his daughter. It's been tough trying to update some of those, but that should also be no excuse. But I'm also a firm believer that I care more about what's in the bottle as opposed to what's on the label.
Another question for the Wizard. Any plans on doing custom scents for regular customers?
I can do it at request, especially if I have the stuff on it. I outsource my labels, my original labels I made myself. Scott, you've seen firsthand. They're both terrible and awesome at the same time. And then our second generation of labels got better. I think we've definitely improved on that as of late with our latest renditions. But I will make anything I can for anybody, especially if I have it on hand, something to make it with. But the label department might be something else because I do outsource those, and I got minimum quantities I got to buy of them, and what have you. So
yeah, I'm guessing most people who ask for would ask for a custom scent wouldn't mind if it didn't have a label.
Right. But if it's something I can do, I will gladly make it whatever for anybody. I do things all the time. I get requests from customers, whether it be like, say I have customers that love the one that's up on screen, Corpse Walker. I do not have that in any of our other products. But if they wanted it in one of our body lotions or our cleansing conditioner, I do that all the time for people. But if somebody just wanted a complete and total custom scent, if I had everything to do it with, yeah, I'd be more than happy to do it.
And we were talking about this earlier, your cleansing conditioners, which come in Maui Wowie, Grape Stomper, Blueberry Haze, and Strawberry Switchblade.
And again, that's the ones like, because labels do get kind of pricey, and I always, any of the scents that we offer in beard oils, I will always make in one of the other items for people. What I usually end up doing is I'll take the beard oil label, and then I'll take another label from that product, put it over the ingredients, or arrange it in different ways so they have an actual label for those that has the ingredients, but it's just not like the normal labels. Because with like what is it, like, I think like 22, 23 cents we had, trying to carry it in all of them. And I'd have a
Yeah.
stack of labels this thick for everything. Like,
Yeah.
so
Oh
I
yeah.
kind of just stick with the more popular ones in those items for those.
And he also, I didn't throw it in the presentation, but he also does have these combos where you can get more than one oil or some of the cleansing conditioner.
Yeah, we have like different types of combos. Like right there, I see the dual drummers, dual, because Walking Corpse Syndrome has two drummers. We have a scent with each of them. So we kind of put those two together as a combo. Two over from it was the Signature Series combo, which was the first four scents that we had with any bands. We've since added more. I should probably do more combos geared and put different things together. But I see like the Harmony, which is the body lotion and the beard oil. Then there's beard oil and the cleansing conditioners. And then I see the what's called the Ultimate Bundle, which has the beard oil, the cleansing conditioner, and the body lotion. And guys, let me tell you something. A lot of guys have that perception like, oh, it's body lotions, it's for women. I want to tell you, as a working in a machine shop, and I'm always wrenching on stuff all day, and I'm 50 years old, my hands should be beat to hell. My wife questions if I work or not because my hands are that soft, and I think most of that's because I use the lotions on them.
Yeah, and I also, it didn't mention that as well, but I'm sure these are some amazing body lotions as well. In a lot of the same sense as your cleansing conditioner.
Yeah, I kind of did those, a lot of those in like the original scents, because we had those before we started doing all the signature scents. And I do have more of the signature scents coming out. Some of the scents, like with the Black Sasquatch, with the Believe, I kept that the same. The Pine Campfire and S'mores, the Not Your Superman's the same. But I did a separate scent for Ryder and Sohai, instead of the tobacco, leather, bourbon, and leather that's in Ryder's Hard Time. We called it Lillin's Lullaby, which is after another one of their songs. And it's more of a tropical, it's got like passion fruit pomegranate, black cherry, and almond rum cake. And then Sohai, instead of doing the peanut butter Buckeye scent, we did another tropical type scent, and it's called Sock Monkey, about another one of their songs. And something that we do, if some people don't always realize, we actually work with the artist. We don't make a scent called Metallica and not work with them. We actually work with the artist, and we get their input on these things. It's not just based off of them. We actually, I'm willing to call all the bands that we work with at this point friends, because I do talk with them quite a bit.
Yeah, that's great. And it shows in your competition, there's a few of those in there as well.
Yes. And I'm looking forward to it, because I've been with like Black Sasquatch, I've been working with them like a year and a half now. And with them playing at it, I've made so many little video clips using their songs. And so, I hear these bands more than I hear anything else, the ones I work with, because I'm always making like little promotional clips, not even just for us, but for them. I've designed flyers for some of the bands. I did the album cover for Fester. And it's just being able to get involved and help these guys out and watch, use our little bit of what platform we have to help them grow. And then they also use theirs to help us grow as well. And it's the way it should be.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to see everybody be successful. I've had people question, because like there's a beard group on Facebook that that I post a lot in. And I told you guys earlier, a couple of the owners, Matt from Florida Boys Grooming, Tim from Valhalla Beard and Body, I'm really good friends with those guys. We have 3 days a week that we all commit. We use each other's products on those days. On Tuesdays, we call it Till Valhalla Tuesday. Wednesdays are Wizard Wednesday. And Fridays, we call it Florida Boy Fridays. And, I'll make a post in this group about their products on those days. The worst part is somehow I always manage to get better pictures of their products than I do of my own.
Chris from True North says we love what you're doing, Hemp Wizard. Keep being
But
great.
I need to try Chris's product. I have yet to try theirs. There's just so many companies out there, and I have nothing but respect for all of them. Everybody has their own thing, what they do, and that's really cool. Like to watch the different approaches to things and see how things do it. And obviously, firmly, I believe my products are the best on the market. I also think that every owner out there should believe that of their products, and if they don't, then maybe they should stop making them. I think everyone should believe that theirs are the best.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that they're the best, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, you should be
right.
confident in what you're putting out for sale.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to tear other companies down ever. We've done a lot of different charity things, and at the beginning of this, I named off 8 companies, and I still swear I missed one. But we named off 8 companies that contributed to help out with this. And when I'm on stage for those categories, I'm going to talk about those companies because they contributed to it, and without them, they're a big part of some of these things happening. I'm just the face of it at this particular one, and that's all. But with all these guys help put all that together.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of those competitions are amazing, and a lot of these companies are very generous.
Yes, that's like with my business partner Joe. The first thing we did was Beards for Kaylee, where we did 30-some companies donated. It's because we had 30-some raffles that we did, and I think we ended up raising, was it through that $2,300 through those raffles. That same night, we got invited through a connection I have through the music industry. Country artist Wade Jennings, Waylon's grandson, was playing local here, and we got invited. He brought me up on stage. I talked about it. He had him get a hat from his merch booth, pass it around, and it came back with $700 and some odd in it. And we were just like,
yeah.
Okay, thank you. And this was a very costly one for him because he had to miss all kinds of work and travel 100 miles one way each day to take her to the special radiation she needed. And with the income not coming in, we did a local event here that we called Kaylee Palooza. It was on July 3rd, which was a risk because it was a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm obviously I'm more into metal and hard rock, but we did a country theme for it, and we had 3 country bands play for it. Nashville recording artist Tom Jackson. We had a local band Whiskey Trip and another local one called Johnny Dead. It's a one-man band. We had them all play at it. All 3 of them that night ended up donating their paychecks to the family, and we raised a little over like $3,300 that one day for one event for them. So that was really awesome. And then the turnaround, what is it, Sons and Guns, that's getting ready to launch soon. John Hall, his son has some, forgive me for not knowing the exact type of cancer, but it's a very rare type of cancer, and they're going through a lot of hardship. So one of the things I did, one of the groups I'm in on Facebook, I contacted the admins like, hey, I'd like to donate this if you wouldn't mind running a raffle. I was like, maybe we could talk to some of the other companies, and we got several other companies to donate, and I think we ended up just in a 1-day raffle, we raised $1,000 for the family, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Beard Zone wanted to know, what instrument do you play?
I play a little bit of everything, but I play bass more than anything else. And you guys will see a reoccurring theme with me with things when I tell you this. When I started playing music years ago, I chose to focus primarily on the bass because I think guitar, there's so many people that can pick up a guitar and play it by itself and it sounds really good. And there's a lot of people that can pick up a bass and sound good, but to play a bass by itself and have it sound good with nothing else, challenge accepted. That's what I was going to do. And I just have that. That's my personality. Take the more challenging route. Never take the easy way. It's a lot more fun that way, and it's more gratifying when you reach your goal, no matter what it is.
Who did who influenced you in bass? Like, who is your favorite bass player?
Lemmy. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Lemmy from Motorhead. That was part of it. He had that unique tone to his bass that nobody else had. Lemmy and Cliff Burton from Metallica, who I actually got to see play live before he passed. It was the same year. I was like 13 years old. I made it to their concert by default because my older brother and some of his friends were going, and one of them couldn't go. So they're like, all right, we're going to take you with us. And it turned out I got to see Metallica with Cliff Burton before he passed. He was also a big influence, kind of like in the 80s, Metallica is what taught me how to play, like Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All, those albums, and other things from that genre, things like, Slayer and Megadeth. I really don't listen to any of those bands anymore, but, that's what taught me how to play, so they'll always have like a little special place for me.
If anybody else has any questions, I think that's all we had for Mike tonight.
I just want to say, Mike, I really appreciate you coming on. It's been a joy
I
hearing about
appreciate you guys having me on and be able to talk about the Buckeye Beard Battle. And that was my main focus because I want to raise as much money for this charity as we can. We got into my business a little bit, but that's going to happen when you do one of these. But anybody that's anywhere near, come out for the Buckeye Beard Battle. It's going to be a blast. 5 bands playing, 10 categories. It's going to be a beard competition unlike any other one that's ever been done. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it is definitely different, unique, and it's going to be a blast.
Yeah. How far from Daytona do you live?
I am about 2 hours from Daytona. I'm about 120 miles south of Daytona. I was just up there a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
That's where the National Beard and Mustache
Yeah, so we may be out there in November. I'm not sure yet, but
all right. I'm debating. I have that, and I have the option of another thing to do, but I'll probably end up going to that just because. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm at the machine shop and I had somebody at the window because I came into one of the offices here.
oh,
You're probably like this motherfucker in here sitting. But again, gentlemen, thank you for having me on.
yeah.
And like I said, even before then, invite me anytime. As long as it lines up, I'll be more than happy to come on with you. You know what? Real quick before we hop off of here, you guys want to do a giveaway?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's do 2 bottles of choice, however you want to do it, real quick.
Nice.
Okay.
Like, you got a big heart, man, with all these fundraising you do, and very generous guy.
You know what? To me, I'm not getting rich off of these products. I put most of it either back into the company or to doing stuff. But to me, it's the right thing to do.
Mhm.
I'm not a rich man, but I live a decent life. And if I can use my spare time, something that I'm passionate about to help out other people, then why not do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Scott's
definitely.
Scott's warming up the giveaway machine. It takes him a couple minutes.
I should have mentioned it earlier. I meant to at the beginning, but I talk a lot sometimes. I should have warned you guys of that too. I should have told you anytime it's perfectly okay. Mike, shut up.
So I have a question. What is your favorite element?
My favorite element?
Yeah, since you're a chemist.
Yeah.
You don't have a favorite?
It has to be oxygen. Without that, we'd all be dead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
Mine is Li. That's my favorite. It brings happiness.
Okay. Everyone, if you made a comment tonight, you will be entered in this giveaway.
You and Becky are taking advantage of the half-price tickets for the Bucks or the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean,
Huh? Oh, no, we haven't. I keep getting ads for it though.
yeah.
But we're not kids or seniors.
No, you're not seniors yet.
No. So everyone, good luck.
And you got to be here and comment if you win.
Oh, it helps if I
So,
don't do it on this page.
Ray Smokey, I seen he made that one comment.
all right. I know him. I've talked to him several times. He has used my products. Hit me up, man. You know how to get a hold of me if you're still in here. If not, I'll reach out to you. I'm getting ready to leave the shop here in a few minutes, but I'll reach out to you later and find out what you want, and we'll get it right out to you. Congratulations.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool. That works.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. All right, gentlemen. I do have to probably hop off of here because I got a couple of things before I get out of here tonight, but I do appreciate you having me on and talking about it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying my products. If you have any questions about them or anything at all, feel free to hit me up. I'll answer them the best that I can. That doesn't just go for you guys, anybody that ever uses them. So.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Appreciate
Mike.
it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.